Hey, notsoladygaga here. Sorry I've been absent for a while. I haven't been feeling that great. There's several things I'd like to discuss today. The first one is a story that I saw on TV yesterday about a little person named Cristianne Ray. She's supposedly the world's smallest mom at 2 feet 9 inches tall. And I think this story is circa 2010. And I'd like to know if anybody knows anything more about her. I know at the end of the story yesterday that was on TV, her and her fiance were discussing getting married and having more kids. I was just wondering if anybody knows if they did get married, if they had any more kids. And I also want to discuss the fact that, a lot of times she would read stuff posted online about her and people talking about the fact that that little people should die at birth and that little people shouldn't have children, and that whenever little people get pregnant that they're, running the risk of having little people. And, people just don't need to make comments like that. And I think that is just cruel and unnecessary. And if you're going to go around saying that, people deserve to die, well, then those people that say that, I think that those people deserve to die. Speaking of children, I also saw another show on TV. I think this was I saw it recently, but it was circa 2007, about children getting married in India. And the show was called Taboo. And, the government in India outlaws this practice because, it stunts the children's growth. And I don't think they mean physically, I think they mean mentally. And I totally agree with them, but yet the elders in all these villages don't go by what the law says. It only matters what the elders think. And apparently the government doesn't step in and stop these marriages. And I'm sorry, 11 and 13, you're just too young to even know what love is, let alone the sanctity of marriage. And I just don't find this appropriate. And, maybe there they do, but, I think that the government there really needs to just crack down on that sort of thing and not let it continue to happen. Does anybody know if this sort of behavior has decreased since then, or if it continues to happen to this day? Please leave comments below and let me know. Also, another subject that I want to cover, and I know this is like way off topic, but it's the Amityville Horror. And for those of you that don't know, the whole thing is fake. The psychic and the author of the book and the family sat down over a bottle of wine and tried to figure out how they could embellish the story as much as possible to gain as much publicity as possible. The original family that lived there, the guy that, killed his family, that's real. The next family that moved in, none of those things happened that they say that happened. They just wanted to make money. And for those of you that believe that, that's fine. It's a free country, you can. But, there's just too much bad publicity out there for the paranormal. And, you can Google it, and there's plenty of sites out there that prove that this story is just not real. So, check it out. Speaking of which, the psychic that they used for this story, her name is Laden. She's also used on the show Paranormal State. He also uses Chip Coffee and that energy vampire psychic chick. Ryan, buy a clue and use some real psychics, please. Now on to some current news issues. Apparently I was wrong about the retaliation from the Bin Laden followers. And I also wanted to say, yes, it is true that he was buried at sea. Why? Because nobody wanted his body. And no, the government did not release any pictures of his dead body. Why? Because they were too gruesome. The pictures that were circulated were of someone else's head superimposed over someone else's body. If you don't believe me, check it out on Snopes.com, SNOPES.com. Well, that is about all I want to talk about today. Please be sure and leave comments and subscribe to my page. And I'll try to get back on here as soon as possible. Thanks, guys. Bye.